This is the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Butter 23 no sneaker channel des. Every single day I bring you reviews and upcoming sneaker releases. Mainichi, absolute no de mainichi mite kudasai. And today is no different. I'm bringing an absolute banger, and it is my favorite silhouette of all time. It's the Nike Air Jordan 4 Silt Red. As I said in the introduction, today is all about the Air Jordan 4 Silt Red, and tomorrow is all about not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 6 sneakers, because Adidas are dropping a Game of Thrones inspired 6-pack of Adidas Ultra Boost 4.0s. There's a mouthful if ever there was one. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can stay in touch and catch tomorrow's review of that 6-pack of sneakers coming from Adidas. Also, I really need guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Why? Because the Olympics are coming to Japan next year in 2020, and I've got 16 months to get this channel up and running so that I can catch that hype, so I can ride that wave of Olympic interest. So please hit the subscribe button, because it really helps me to ride that wave of Olympic hype and get this channel up there and noticed. And being in Japan, I do sometimes slip into Japanese just for a very short amount of time. Of course, English is my first language and I'm much more confident in English, but frankly, I'm better in English. But I do like to have a little bit of Japanese in there to recognize and help out the people here in Japan. And I'm going to do that very quickly right now when I say, 今日の英語の勉強のポイントは、aesthetic という言葉をよく使うので、aesthetic を勉強すると、英語の勉強になります。あと CC バトンをクリックすると、英語の字幕が出てくる。英語の字幕を読みながら、このコンテンツを見ながら英語の勉強になるので、ぜひおすすめにします。So let's have a look at these Air Jordan 4s. I did say they are my favorite silhouettes, the Air Jordan 4s of any sneaker in the whole entire world. I think they're fantastic. I think it's a brilliant looking sneaker and a great looking silhouette. And I'm really happy to bring you this review of the Silt Reds. But it is actually the third Air Jordan 4 review that I've brought since the channel began just a couple of months ago. Now, I'd started dropping daily content in early December, and now it's early February. So it's been 2 months that the channel's been on the go, and I'm happy to be moving up there and getting my subscribers and building that subscriber count. And I have been able to do 2 previous Air Jordan 4 reviews, and you'd think I'd be happy about that, but I'm not, because it was 2 sneakers that I really couldn't get behind. The first was the tattoos that I reviewed. I think it was in late December, if I remember rightly. And then at the turn of the year, we had the laser blacks that I also reviewed, and I couldn't really get behind either of those sneakers for particular reasons. And here we are with an Air Jordan 4 dropping again, the Silt Red. What do I think of it? I actually think it's quite a good looking sneaker. Now, on paper, if you just read the sneaker on paper and all its effects and its accents and its details on paper, you would think no way that sneaker can't work. But it actually does, especially from the upper point of view. Now, the upper is a sort of salmon pink or light peach color, and from a distance, that's the only color that you can see. But then when you get closer, there's these hairline red accents throughout, which I think are really unique and really interesting. I really like it when a sneaker looks one way from afar and looks different close up. I think that's a really unique design element on this sneaker, and those hairline red accents really help the sneaker pop. So you've got that salmon pink or light peach sort of base color, and then the red hairline on top of that, the little designs, and then up on the lacing system you've got the gold waffle eyelets. Now, I would have thought, again, if this was on paper, if you'd written this on paper, not drawn it, I would have thought no way that that's not going to work, but I actually think it does. I think the gold eyelets, those waffle eyelets, which are distinctive to the Jordan 4, really help pop. And this is going to be an absolute nightmare to edit. My camera keeps on switching off and I don't know where I've got to in these reviews. So I'm going to try to remember where I got to. Now, I think I got to talking about the gold eyelets, the waffle eyelets on these Jordan 4s, which I really appreciate. And I think they bring that whole aesthetic together well. And they wouldn't have done if you'd given it to me as the production design. I would have said no way if it was just written down gold on top of salmon pink or light peach with the red hairline accents. I would have said no way, that's not going to work, but it does. In real life, they really bring out the rest of the sneaker, and the aesthetic of the sneaker, the upper of the sneaker, really looks good with those gold waffle eyelets. And continuing up the lacing system, you've got that panel that's stitched into the top of the tongue there with the branding on it. So instead of putting the branding straight on the panel, embossing it in there or stitching it in there, what they've done is they've taken a panel of leather and stitched that on there, and then on top of that they've put the branding for the Nike Air Jordan 4s and the Jumpman right in there, and I think that's a nice feature too. And then the biggest sort of significance feature on this sneaker, and again, if it had been written in the production design, I would have said no way, but in actual reality, and when you have a look at the sneaker, it does really look good. If you look at the midsole and the mudguards, you can see there's that crystal effect, and I would have said no way, but it actually looks good again. And for some reason, the whole aesthetic of the sneaker comes together with that crystal effect on the midsole and the mudguards, and that upper of sort of light pink or salmon pink, light pink, like beige. No, not beige. Oh, I've gone off the charts because of this blooming camera of mine going off. That midsole, that upper, that lacing section, the gold waffle eyelets, it all comes together really, really well. And then that midsole's continued round to the heel, where you can see that crystal effect is there with that standard Jordan 4 heel and that kind of fan effect at the top where the tab is, and the Jumpman is there too. And then on the inside, on the insole, you can see the Jumpman there too. So all in all, the upper 99% of the sneaker looks phenomenal and looks really, really good. Even though if you'd written it on paper, I would have said no way. Actually, in reality, it looks really, really good. However, when you flip these guys upside down and have a look at the outsole, there's a panel on there that I just don't understand in Volt yellow. Why would you put that on this sneaker? I just don't know. I was wondering, maybe they had an excess of these particular panels at the Nike warehouse and they're like, oh, we've got tons of these, stick them on that shoe for no apparent reason. Because it really doesn't go with the rest of the aesthetic at all. There's no way somebody said, you know what? You know what's missing from this sneaker is a flash of Volt yellow. Nobody knows. I just can't understand why they put that on this sneaker. So that aside, the rest of the sneaker looks really, really great. The whole aesthetic of the upper works well together, even if it is a bit ruined by that Volt yellow on the bottom. And I do think these are a cracking looking pair of Jordan 4s. However, I can't buy them. I didn't want to buy the tattoos. I didn't think the laser black gum soles were particularly nice, so I didn't buy them either. I do like this color. I think they're kind of nice, but they're women's only, and I can't buy them. And I've gone on at great length about the women's only movement and whether or not I agree with it, which I don't. I don't agree with men's only or women's only, and I'm not going to get that into that here. But I can't buy these either. So the third Jordan 4 that I've reviewed for the channel since December, early December, when I started making daily content. So it's been about 2 months. 3 Jordan 4s I've reviewed, 3 strikeouts where I can't buy them. Shogunai, as the Japanese people would say. So that's my review today of this Air Jordan 4 Red Silt Red. Cracking looking sneaker. I like it very much, but it's not for me. I can't buy it. If you agree with me or disagree with me on this sneaker, please drop a comment down below. But do make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I need those subscribers in place before the Olympic hype kicks in. That Olympic hype is going to be huge come the summer this year, all the way to summer next year. And I'm trying to get this channel up and running and going before that hype kicks in. So please hit the subscribe button down below. Zehi channel no toroko onegaishimasu. For now, all I have to do is say thank you for checking in today, and it's time for me to check out. But for sure, I'll be here for that Ultra Boost Game of Thrones review that I'll be doing tomorrow when there's that 6-pack dropping. But for now, I have to say farewell, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for checking in today, guys. I really appreciate your being here and viewing my content. Over here, we have the channel subscribe button. Channel toroku zehi onegaishimasu. Over here, we have the video I recommend you watch next. Kochira wa osusumi desu. And up here, we have a link to the channel introduction video. Kochira wa channel no profile no video desu. Check them out. Clicking on them really helps the channel.